Going, everybody? I hope you're having an excellent day. Today we're taking a look at how you can get over 34,000 Capital Peak points hitting some of the oddball bases. So let's jump right into the first set of attacks and see what I'm talking about. I'm of course talking about the Dragon Cliffs. What? Aren't Dragon Cliffs crazy hard to hit? Well, if there are no dragons available, then that is no problem at all. Really, if you're coming with Hog Riders, the only threats on the base are the bomb towers. And as long as you have a heal spell over the area where the Hog Gliders are going to path, then you are in good shape to completely smash the base. Looking down at the bottom portion of the base, we do see the last bomb tower. We can see the Hogs split off. We do have a couple saved in reserve just in case, and to help sort of stun the defenses. It's always good to save one pack of Hogs to help with cleanup if possible. Otherwise, it's a good idea to try and bring a couple of Barbarians or even just the Rams, because there are a lot of wall segments on the Dragon Cliff bases. Next up, a Wizard Valley. Are you crazy? Aren't Wizard Valleys worth like no points? Well, yes and no. If you completely smash a base, then they can be worth quite a bit. So I believe this is pretty close. If not, it is the basic layout. I think some of the walls have been moved. But we're coming in on the right-hand side. And a key difference is that we notice that the Spear Thrower and the Air Defense and the Wizard Tower are fairly low levels. So we're coming in with 2 packs of the rocket balloons, ideally to take out all 3 of the air targeting defenses, and then they can also take out the back end giant cannons. So we got pretty close. Our last balloon was about half health, and then our troops in the core are starting to die out. They're faced with this raid cart that just deals so much damage. But we were able to get pretty much 5,600 points on one attack, which is always a good attack. Next up, we're looking at a middle attack on a Capital Peak. It's kind of crazy. Usually the Capital Peaks are only worth it if you're doing the last hits and can clean up a massive portion of the base. But we are going to try and do a Wizard Bomb. Try to keep the Super Wizards alive. Hopefully they can splash a lot of the defenses around. And we're going to try and send in a bunch of troops to try and help tank for the Super Wizards. Although they do get hit by a rocket artillery shot from the Capital Peak, and they get absolutely smashed. So not quite worth it in my opinion. You know, if you're getting under 5,000, it's not really the best hit. But I said, screw that, let's try it again for a cleanup attack. This time, only 5,000 or 4,900 points available, but I reckon with using the balloons for cleanup, should be able to have at least some troops left over to try and get around 5,000 points. You know, ideally you go for bases that are worth over 6,000 points, but if you're hitting these oddball bases, you know, sometimes you can only get 4,000, 5,000 points. And someone's got to attack them, so might as well be you if they're available and if you want to attack them. So we got a bonus 140, so we did manage to get over the 5,000 point mark. Next up, we're going in to hit some of the big boy bases. One of my favorites, the basic layout of the Skeleton Park. Pretty much always get around 5,500, usually up to 6,000, sometimes even 7,000 attacking the basic layout. Really just depends on pathing and timing. Little differences can go a long way. So we've got the top portion cleaned out, so we can drop the minions to take out the back end giant cannon. We've got the P.E.K.K.A. going through the core, which is perfect. So we're starting to set up this bottom left-hand side. Now what's nice is the P.E.K.K.A. actually goes over for this trash building and then locks onto the corner wall, which is in range of the rocket artillery, which is a huge help because then we can deploy the hogs sooner. And with only 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, they can actually take out the rocket artillery and the reflector. Then the biggest part is that we got pretty lucky with the targeting on the minion hut. So it wasn't until now where it targeted a P.E.K.K.A. Usually if those things target a P.E.K.K.A. like right off the bat, then you don't get as many points, of course, because the P.E.K.K.A.s are the main damage dealer. But we got 7,000 points from that one attack. It's crazy. Now this one is a variation of the basic layout of the barbarian camp. Already took out 3 of the air bombs and 1 of the rocket artilleries, which is kind of crazy. So this base is completely smashed. I mean, the only hope for this base would be if these 2 rapid rockets stay alive. But as long as you directly target those, any way the balloons path and group up, they will be more than powerful enough to destroy the rest of the base. So we got the 6,625 plus an additional 95 points. So I hope this video was helpful. Fun to hit some of the non-traditional bases. You know, usually you always want to hit skeleton parks and barbarian camps because they're worth the most amount of points. And then sometimes if you find a good deal and can clean up a base and get 6,000, that is also a good hit. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. And there are a couple more videos on screen if you want to keep on watching. Until next time, take care.